Hey everybody, Scott here for the Helix channel. It's Wednesday. You know what that means? That means it's Name That Riff time. Today, a mid-80s riff. 83, 84. Well, I'm not 100% sure when this album came out. I think it's 83 or 84. But maybe as late as 85, but probably not. I haven't really done my research on this one. What are you going to do? So, if you can be the first to name the artist and title, put it in the comments below. You'll win this preset. And I'm going to go through how I made this preset because I had a request to show how to make a preset from scratch. So, I'm going to show you how I did it. It's very easy. Cool? All right, here is a quick run through of this particular preset. I took the name off it. Actually, all I did was press save, moved it to the next preset over, and saved it with no name. So this is what's going on with this preset. I have the gate on and set thusly. I put in an LA studio comp and made sure that I can adjust these two parameters with the expression pedal. So when I press it forward, I get more peak reduction, which takes away some top end from the sound and just gives you a more round lead tone. I think I really like it. Sometimes I'll run it all the way to 10, usually between 9.4 and 9.6, but it depends on the amp that you're using. And speaking of amps, this one splits off into two signal pads. Top amp is the Brit 2204, and the drive at around 5 is incredible. It's just full and just rocking. Love it. I've also set the master so that you can when you press forward on the expression pedal, you get the lead sound. And this is a really easy thing to do. All you need to do, press the little three lines up here, which is the menu button, then press Control or Assign, then scroll until it says Master, then scroll until it says Expression Pedal 2. I've set my parameters, the minimum 6.0 and the maximum of 7.5. And I've done that on both amp models. So let me continue through the top. I'm just using the 10-band graphic to remove some ultra lows and some lows. A little bit of mids, and that's it. Not doing anything with the top end. So it looks like that. Because there's a little bit of a bottom-heavy issue with this particular these amp models. Nowhere near as much as the Archetype, though. That one is a bottom-heavy beast. I'm using my favorite two IRs for crunch guitar, the Marshall 1960 V3A and the Hiwatt 3A, both by 3 Sigma Audio, of course. And the I've set the level to do the same thing. So all I did was hit Menu, Control or Assign, go up here to Level, set that for Expression Pedal 2, minimum, and then it actually takes you to adds 0.6 dB on each one of the IRs, which got me where I wanted to be as far as the lead sound is concerned. Using some spring reverb accordingly. Trails on always. Nothing going on over here. I did put to get this path to happen, all you do, it's a really simple process. You just add a volume pedal right here and then pull down on the joystick. Basically just go click on the joystick over here and then it creates this second path. Then come over to this second path and pull it down from up here because it'll be connected up here. What you do is you hit the action button, then you can bring it down. Then when you come down here, you twist the joystick to the right, and then it points you down to the second path. It's simple stuff. But there's people out there that are just that are brand new to the Helix and want to know how this stuff is done. I'm putting a simple pitch in between the compressor and the second amp because this particular guitar player has a little bit of that going on. just enough to fatten the sound. I love it. The Line 6, the modded 2204, which is a JCM 800 amp model. And then I did the same thing with the master on this one. Boom, your lead sound is right there. The same thing with the EQ, although it is a little bit more, because this one has a little bit more low end to it, so I'm pulling down more low end than I did on the first amp, and boosting a little bit of 500 hertz. There's the high watt. When you push it forward, you see this change. And the last thing is a reverb. And if you're unsure how to add something to a signal path, all you do is press down on the joystick and then use the joystick's rotary function to find an effect. Say you want to add a chorus, and you want it to be a monochorus. Scroll again, put in the 70s chorus. There you go, it's in the signal path. I'm not going to keep that there. But then again, this one isn't what's going to be sent out to whoever is, going to win this preset. So, and then to get rid of it, all you do is press the action button, clear block, you're good. Now we're back to where we started. So all of these things are really simple to add to a signal path, and keeping things simple is a great way to start with the Helix. And this is just two simple signal paths put together, just because I like to combine the amps and the IRs. They have different qualities that when you put the two together, you just get, a more complex sound. And texturally, I just, it's just the way I do things. So, there you go. Ooh, one last thing, I forgot. I have a bass amp for sale. It's an Ampeg SVT 7 Pro that a friend of mine, Steve, is selling. It's in excellent condition, close to mint. The only thing that keeps this from being in mint condition is where some dumb shit with a Sharpie put an X right here. I don't know if that was Steve or not, but, whatever. It's a great bass amp. It's got all kinds of fun features. It's got a headphone jack on it. It's got some really good compression built in. It's got an effects loop with, I believe, an effects mix on the front instead of on the back, which is kind of a hassle. I don't like it when amps do that. So this thing's got 1,000 watts. It's foot switchable. It's got an effects loop, like I said. It's got a tube DI, which is nice. And they can be post or pre-EQ. There's a 40 dB pad on it. It's a great amp. I've used it on a few occasions and I really like it. Because it's not super heavy. It throws out a ton of power. It's really nice and clean, really clear. It's just, classic Ampeg. Good stuff without the being 90 pounds and full of tubes. This one's a lot easier to deal with. So, SVT7 Pro, $550. And if you want it shipped, email me. We'll work something out. Cool? Cool. There you go, everybody. If you can be the first to leave the correct artist and title in the comments below, you'll win this preset. It uses a pair of 3 Sigma Audio IRs, as do most of my presets. Most use 2. Did I just hold up 3 fingers? Most of them use 2. But, it's cool. Dog hairs. God. Anyway, so I'll be back tomorrow with more of the new Ambient Sounds preset package. You can pre-order the Ambient Sounds preset package. There's a link in the description. It would be great if you did. I'm just saying. It'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. But, there's a link in the description. Click the Show More tab. It's right there on top. I'm going to be setting the volumes this weekend and sending them out to everyone that's pre-ordered. Lucky you. So tomorrow I'm going to start on the Drive slightly overdriven to crunchy ambient sounds. And it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun. It's not the kind of sound that I normally would work on, but I can see how this would be useful to a lot of people. So, you're welcome. And I will see you tomorrow. And until then, rock on.